Hi guys, I am here with a true story out of our Angels on Earth book. Sorry, been doing that all night. The quote before this one is a Bible verse, Exodus 23:20. See, I am sending an angel before you to guard you on the way. This story is Stranger in the Fire. Alright. 6-year-old Macy and her family had just returned from Houston, where they had visited friends. The day had been filled with tornado warnings, typical of Oklahoma City in early July. Macy wasn't actually scared of storms, but when she went to bed that night, she was glad that everything seemed calm. Her parents had already tucked 3-year-old Amy and baby Kent into their beds. Then her father had locked the bolt on the back door in the den, as he did each night. With a special key, Macy knew that the door wouldn't open from the outside, or for that matter from the inside without that key. If I put the key near the back door, someone could break the window, reach in and take it, Daddy had once explained to her. So I keep the key hidden. Daddy was always taking care of them. Macy thought now as she snuggled into her cool sheets, he was a little like God. She realized at least what she had just begun to learn about God. God and his son Jesus cared a lot about her, just like her parents did. 6 months ago, Macy had walked down the aisle of the Village Baptist Church and accepted Jesus as her Lord and Savior. It was a large commitment for such a little girl, but she had had no doubts. Now her eyes closed and she slipped into dreams. It was midnight when a loud noise awakened her. Dazed, she sat up. Thunder. Yes, a big storm raged outside. Macy could see lightning flash. Was it the pounding rain that had roused her? No. She sensed it was something more. She got out of bed and padded down the hallway toward her parents' room. There was something odd about the hallway. Smoke. Macy stopped, her heart pounding. Now she could smell the odor, and she seen something flickering in the living room. The noise had been lightning hitting her house, going through the electrical circuits and setting the couch ablaze. Fire, she heard her father yell. Call the fire department. The children. That was Mom, sounding afraid. Mommy, Macy cried. Daddy. No one answered. Did they know she was here in the hall? The smoke was thicker now, and tongues of fire stole across the living room, sealing toward the foyer where the front door was. Maybe she should try to get out of the way. At least there was no bolt to unlock. But what if the flames jumped across the foyer and burned her? Frightened, Macy stood in agony of indecision. She could hear her mother's frightened voice talking to the fire department on the phone, but she couldn't get to Mom. All of a sudden, there was Daddy right beside her. He took her small hand in his, and she was flooded with peace, despite her fearful surroundings. Instead of going toward the foyer, however, Daddy led her back down the hallway toward the door, avoiding the flames. Come this way, he said softly. You're going out the back door. In all this confusion, had he remembered about the key? But his grip was warm and reassuring, and she knew there was no need to fear. Daddy always knew what to do. Macy did not see Daddy insert a key in the lock, nor did he let go of her hand. But the door opened easily, and then she went out on the back porch, rain streaming down her face, soaking her pajamas, and Daddy was gone. Daddy, she called, come back. The back door was closed, but she opened it and peered into the den, now rapidly filling with smoke. Daddy! She went in and closed the door behind her, but it was dark. She went outside again, but everything was wet. What am I supposed to do? She asked herself. Where is everybody? Bewildered, she entered the den again, closing the door behind her. Just then her mother came running in. Macy, we have to get out, Mom cried. This door won't open. I don't know where the key is, so you'll go through the front. It opened, see? Macy opened it. I've already been outside, but it's raining. How? Her mother stared at the door, then grabbed her daughter. Never mind, let's go. Macy and her mother ran through the wet grass around to the front of the house. They could see Amy and Kent by the front door on the porch. Little Kent's eyelashes and eyebrows were singed, and Amy was sobbing. Daddy was there too, but he was trying to get back into the house despite the flames. He hadn't seen them. They hurried toward him, but he disappeared into the smoke. "Wayne, come out!" Macy's mother screamed. Daddy went to look for Macy. Amy cried, "But I'm right here," Macy shouted. Why was Daddy so confused? Her father stumbled back onto the porch, a look of desperation on his face. "I can't find Macy," he called to his wife. "The smoke is too thick in there to see anything." "Daddy, Daddy, I'm right here," Macy shouted. Her father stopped coughing. Macy watched as his frightened, hopeless expression turned to joy. "Macy," he cried, running over to scoop her into his arms. "Thank God. Thank God you're safe. I tried to find you, but I couldn't cross the flames." He peered into her face. "How did you do it, Macy?" he asked. "How did you get out through the locked back door all by yourself?" Although years have passed since the fire, Macy's mother, Juanita, still marvels at what happened and what came later. During the following months, Macy experienced no trauma or anxiety or nightmares, things that would have been normal in a young child, she recalls. Instead, there was just a sense of safety and peace. How glorious God was to care for her emotional well-being, as well as her physical safety. And Macy? I think I realized soon after that God had sent an angel to rescue me. She says, but not just an angel. He sent one that resembled my father, because he knew that being with my father would make me feel safe. Nor has she ever forgotten the touch of that hand. It sustains her now, as it did then, through fire and rain. She thought it was her dad rescuing her out that door, but her dad was clear on the other side. It was an angel that got her out that door. Saved her life. Good night, guys.